Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Founders Log. I'm your host, Calvin Wineland, with the past, the present, and the future of American Butcher's Jerky. Today is November 14th, Sunday, episode number 26. If you recall our previous episode, number 25, we had this idea that we were going to be doing these on a weekly basis. I'm going to be honest with you, it has been a little while since I've done one of these. This is also probably why it is my fifth take at making one of these. Honestly, I started this morning and I just continued to not succeed, not fail, but it was a struggle. I'm going to be honest, I felt like I was rambling, throwing just different things at the books, hoping that something would stick. But we're kicking it off on this evening of Sunday, November 14th, episode number 26. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time listening, welcome to the Founders Log. We talk about the past, the present, and the future behind American Butcher's Jerky, everything that goes into what we're thinking, what we've been working on, what we're planning on working on. It really just gives you guys a deep dive into everything that is American Butcher's Jerky, from the business side to the personal side, everything. If you've listened before, welcome back. Depending on how you're listening, whether that be on Spotify or SoundCloud or now the new and improved YouTube. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have been posting all episodes up on YouTube. The reason that I'm doing that is because, as they say, the better the audience, or as large of an audience as we can reach, the more likelihood we have for success or reaching new faces, new people, new engagement. So we've been now scattering ourselves across multiple platforms. We're doing this on Instagram. We're doing this on SoundCloud, Facebook. We're covering all the bases because we want to make sure that we're reaching new audiences. Somebody might only be following us on YouTube, or someone only might be following us on SoundCloud, but this allows us to reach new avenues, new engagements, and ultimately continuing to build this platform that we're working on. But without further ado, let's just dive into a few things. I don't want to keep you guys too late because I want to make sure that we're continuing to evolve and continuing to allow you to work on things that you want to work on. But for us here at the American Butcher's Jerky team, the past has been quite some time. I talked about this earlier today that we did this episode number 25. It's now 26. We've been putting a lot of attention on the organic 10 social media organic kind of this plan for how we were going to approach organic social media. And we have been doing a very well job at that, in which this is our second topic, and we want to cover email traffic. So what do I mean by email traffic? Well, if you've stepped over to our website recently, or if you're new, you probably have seen it. If you're a returning customer, it might not be popping up for you. But what we've been designed at doing is we changed the way that our website is kind of the topics, the conversation, what is being displayed on our website. And if it's your first time, you go to our website and you'll instantly get a pop-up. Well, probably not instantly. It's probably about a 15-second delay. And what that pop-up does is it allows us as the website owner to essentially pull you in via an email campaign. So what that does is we set up this campaign that essentially allows us to pull you in utilizing your email. And why is email so important? And I've stressed this before. I've read the stressing on this. I've listened to YouTube videos. I have seen the importance of gaining email traffic. It's a direct line to someone's inbox, their own personal email. And what that does, it essentially gives you an open door into directly to them. Now, when you think about scrolling on social media, you think about creating ads, what that does is now that's just you, a bunch of everyone else. Emails is something that goes directly to them and they get a notification. So that's why they've stressed the importance of gaining and building your email distro, building up that email list. Now, I'm going to be the first one to say that here at American Butcher's Jerky, we could probably be better about engaging customers once we actually have their emails. So as it is right now, we don't currently post anything or send anything, but we have been coming up with this idea that we want to start utilizing those emails. So how do we do that? Well, it's an awesome idea to give you these posts, let you know when we create founders logs or when we create sales or different ideas or platforms that we've been working on. And what that essentially does is it opens up us. It essentially allows us as a business to directly engage with customers and give them the most up-to-date information. Social media is a great platform for this, but emails allow us to directly engage with our customers. So that's something that we've been working on and we've been reading, and I definitely need to get better at this. And maybe that's why we do these podcasts, is because it allows me to take advantage of looking back at the things that I can work on and looking at things that we should develop or talking about as we progress forward. And pretty much one of the other things that we've been working on in the past is we have been updating all graphics on our website. So all the pictures that you've been seeing on our website have really been demonstrated to our old products. So when we first started making bags from scratch way back in the beginning of time, American Butcher's website had a lot of those pictures on display. So what I've gone ahead and have done is I partnered with one of our photographers, Joe. Shout out to you. Thank you. And we had him take some pictures. I sent him about 4 bags from every flavor, and he created a white background drop and took product pictures. And essentially what I did was I took all those pictures and I put them into Photoshop and I scanned out all the background of it. So the bags were pretty much just the bag with the white background. And what that allowed us to do is I uploaded all those new bags to our website. So now our bags are pretty much on display directly on our website, and it shows you, the customer, exactly what it is that our new bags look like, exactly what our new products look like. And we've been eliminating some of those older pictures and essentially reworking everything that it is right now. Now, that has been a pretty big past, and I've kind of covered a lot about things that we want to work on and how we're continuing to develop forward. Now, something that American Butcher's Jerky is currently working on right now is we are stressing the importance of, I guess, reaching a new audience. This is something that I can work on personally. We've talked about this a lot, but it's developing this content calendar and continuing to stick with it. I've created numerous alarms on my phone, and I've created new ideas, but honestly, sometimes creating new ideas isn't always the thing that matters. What matters is just being consistent and dedicated in things that you are already working on, because sometimes those are the keys that might be to success. Dedication is awesome. Discipline and keeping that dedication is crucial. What do I mean by this? Well, if I continue to create new ideas and say, this is what I'm going to work on, this is what I'm going to do, eventually those ideas will be great for 1 or 2. And then I'll start to fade the idea and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to start something else. I'm going to start this. I'm going to start that. And it's kind of like that kid when your parents or whoever, if you're a parent, when you give that kid a toy or something, essentially he loves that toy for about a week. And then what happens after that week? Well, he finds a new toy and he starts liking that. So something that I personally feel like we can develop with American Butcher's Jerky is really consistently working on this schedule. That's a big reason why I'm now putting out this video or this podcast at about 7:30 at night, because one, I started something and I want to see it through. I want to finish something that I've started. And two, if I continue to create something that is, I think, going to be perfect, we will never actually work towards something that I have already put out that is good. The quote is, perfection is the enemy of good. And what that means is essentially I continue to work on the things that are doing us really well. Posting pictures, working on the functional athlete. For those of you who are following us on Instagram, we've been putting a great attention. And to me personally, I think this is one thing that I've been really great at is we've been working towards our physical fitness and incorporating both the beef jerky with the fitness aspect and showing the correlation between the two. And we're on week 6 right now of our 12-week process, which is awesome. We've been putting in a lot of work to work on that, both on my own personal fitness level, as well as developing new things on and allowing me to get better at graphic design and some other avenues of approach that I'm pretty interested in. So all in all, we've been working towards doing some pretty good things, and I obviously need to work on a few more things, continuing to hone in on the craft, but continuing to work on that craft. So we've talked about a content calendar and we've talked about scheduling things out, but honestly, I personally need to get better about that and continuing to work on that as we move forward. So that gives me a little bit of homework as we progress to get into next week's episode, because I now can see and visualize the things that I need to work on and things that we can obviously work towards as we continue to evolve and continue to get better. I really have kind of seen American Butcher's Jerky as a whole, take a whole different approach than what I've anticipated this when I first started American Butcher's Jerky. I wanted this to be a full-time gig and put all my attention in it, when I start to realize that this is a opportunity for me to kind of give this a side project and put in a lot of effort into it, but focusing on what our ultimate goal is to support men and women currently serving overseas, donating bags of beef jerky to them. And with that, it has turned into a pretty good nonprofit, because we are focusing so much on the bigger picture here, and that is continuing to donate bags overseas. Each and every day I look at our total bags donated, and though it has been slow lately, and that is probably has to do with my own personal dedication and discipline for continuing to post, because I don't run ads, so if I don't post anything, it's hard for the business to continue to gain traction. So that being said, I need to put more effort into the business so that it can ultimately continue to drive forward. So there's a lot to think about and a lot to work towards, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, starting to see where I need to focus my attention towards and where we at American Butchers continue to have to work for. So on that note, I just appreciate you all for sticking with us, continuing to listen in on these podcasts as we wrap up episode number 26 here. So I appreciate it, and hopefully I will catch you all in next week's iteration as we continue to walk down this road. Bye-bye.